The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
That's the 25 to the 20 to the 15. He's going to high step into the end zone. Touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going in.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to beautiful Brennan Field here in Hinckley, Minnesota for today's Great River Conference baseball matchup between the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars, who welcome in the Rush City Tigers. It's a beautiful day for baseball. The clouds have, well, they've kind of cleared out, actually, compared to this morning. It was a full cloud cover this morning. We even had some rain lingering this morning. And that went away to some mostly cloudy skies, but still a beautiful day for baseball. That breeze is out there, though, making it a little bit chilly. But, you know, once you're on the field, you're moving around, playing around, it's not going to be that bad once you're out there. So a great day for baseball here in Hinckley, Minnesota, at beautiful, historic Brennan Field, where we've got a Great River Conference matchup. And, I mean, would you want any other matchup here today? It's going to be a good one. Of course, the Great River Conference, as we've talked through a little bit of fall, a big chunk of winter, and now spring sports, the conference has grown since 2024, well, the end of the 2024 spring season, and now into the 2025 spring season. It has grown. By 3 teams, by 3 schools, it has grown, and this has been kind of in the works for a while. This has been talked about for a long time amongst a lot of people, especially the schools themselves, but this has been coming for a while, and just to dive into that real quickly, because I know we have talked about it before, but to dive just a little bit more into it, going forward, the 3 new schools are Mora, Crosby, Ironton, and Aiken. Those are the 3 schools who have joined the Great River Conference. That, again, began last fall, this past fall sports season. That was when the 3 schools joined the Great River Conference, and boy, oh boy, I've talked to a lot of coaches throughout the fall and winter sports seasons, and they have said nothing but good things about these 3 teams being added. It just adds an extra level of competition. This was a really good conference for competition anyways in really all sports, but now you add those 3 schools, and it's that much more competitive. I mean, we've seen it in basketball with Crosby, Ironton, the girls, with that young lady who has verbally committed to Minnesota. They were great this year. Wound up falling in the state championship game, but then you've seen it a little bit in volleyball with Crosby and Aiken, and Mora made some noise there in both basketball and volleyball. And then you come to spring now, and Aiken's making some noise both in softball and baseball. They are right at the top of this conference right now in terms of softball and baseball. But here today, it is the Tigers and the Jaguars of Hinckley-Finlayson going at it in this Great River Conference matchup. We're going to take a look at both of those teams a little bit more in depth. But first, we're going to get a word from our fine sponsors as you're listening to this game on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, Anthem Country, WCMP.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
And we're back here on Anthem Country 106.5 FM AM 1350. Ethan Game Day Gilman here out at, again, beautiful Brennan Field. It's historic ballpark here in Hinckley, Minnesota. We're about 7 minutes away from first pitch here at Brennan Field. We've got the umpires who have made their way onto the field. They're going to get themselves ready and set to go, and then we're going to have our managers meeting out at the home plate, and then we should be good to go for first pitch here. But taking a look at these two teams here this season, starting with the Rush City Tigers, as they are the away team. They're looking for some good success like they had last year. It started out well. I think they wound up winning their first 5, 6, or 7 games. They were undefeated at one point in the season. They were on a roll. They had, I think it was 3 games in a row where they had 10-run ruled teams. They were just off to a hot start. And it's not that it necessarily cooled off, but they ran into some teams who kind of figured them out in a way, and they started to fall in a few of those games. And as the season went along, teams started to figure them out just a little bit more each and every game. And unfortunately, that undefeated start did not continue, and they still had a really good season. But again, they are off to a 3-1 season so far. Now, the really good thing, if you will, for this team, they play out of Section 7AA. Do both of these teams. For Rush City right now, they're 3-1 on the season. They're also 3-1 in the section. So all 4 games that they have played have been section games. Not only have they been section games, they've all been conference games this year. Yes, crazy to imagine. But yes, all 4 of their games have been conference section games as well. So it's a crazy start for this team, and they will continue to have nothing but conference games as they go forward. Looking towards the end of the season, they will have a matchup against Grantsburg. Anytime you can get in Grantsburg, one of those Wisconsin teams, that's always a good game because we know Grantsburg, a very good baseball team, football team, baseball. Those two for Grantsburg have historically been really good. They've historically made deep runs, as well as has their softball team. Their softball team has been to state numerous times as well. So anytime you get to play Grantsburg, that team just, 20, 25, 30 minutes across the border, it's not a bad idea. But for Rush City, again, 3-1 on the season. They lost their opening game to Aiken 15-7. That was all the way back at the beginning of April. That was at Rush City. So, again, to lose at home is less than ideal. But for Rush City, if they were to face them again, which they will in Aiken coming up here May 1st. So they've got a chance to kind of get back that loss there against Aiken on their home field. But they did lose that one. Then they went on to beat Crosby Ironton after 10 innings, 5-3. Then they would go on to beat Mora in another close one, 4-3. Now, last year when they played Mora, they'll play them twice this year because it is a conference game, but last year they played them over in Mora. I was lucky enough to be a part of that game. I believe, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. I think it went 9 innings because we had to go to extra because that's how close it was. Rush City got off to a good start, but then Mora really came on strong. Rush City had to fight so hard at the end of that game just to come back. They tied it up. We got into that 8th inning. I think Rush City wound up getting ahead by 1, and then Mora tied it up, so we went to another inning, and then Mora, when they got up to bat, they finally broke through and got the win there. So to see that one go and Rush City to win 4-3, it's not too surprising it was that close to begin with, and I got to imagine that next time they play Mora, which will be in Mora, that it's going to be another great matchup. Then they went on to beat Pine City 10 days ago, 12-2. So it's been a while since this Rush City team has been able to play. But again, that is spring in Minnesota. We're just lucky we haven't seen the white stuff around at this time of year. So, but again, not too bad of a start to the season for them. 3-1. For the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars, they have had a 1-5 start to the season. Now, don't get confused with that. That's not because they're a bad team. That's not because they're struggling. They have had a really, really tough part of their first schedule. Again, 1-5. Now, none of them have been in section, but they are still, the runs given up and the runs for them per game is dead even, 4. Now, looking at it, unfortunately, 4 of the 6 games that they have played in have been conference games. And again, with the conference growing, it makes it just that much more difficult. But they did beat McGregor to start the season 10-0 after 5 innings. That was a road game. But then it was, as I mentioned, a gauntlet. You've got, in the first, after their win, their 5 losses have come to teams that right now are battling, who could be not only at the top of the conference, but top of their section as well. You've got Ogilvie and Mille Lacs. those two will more than likely be towards the top of that section here this year. Then also Spectrum. Spectrum's going to be fighting to be top of their section. So those 3 losses right there are teams who we could wind up seeing at the top of their conference or section, getting 1, 2, and 3 seeds come playoff time. So for them, but you look at some of these losses, and they're real close. All but one has been within a couple of runs. The only game that they lost by multiple runs of over 5 was to Mille Lacs. That was a 9-2 loss. But you look at East Central, that was a 2-point loss. You look at Ogilvie and Spectrum, that was a 1-point loss. And then just to Bram on Tuesday, that was another 1-point loss. So these losses have been close. And right now you look at this team, and they've got some guys coming back. They've got some new faces here that are starting. So it's a little bit of an inexperienced squad this year, but you've got some guys who have been leaders on this team for a few years, like one of them, Kellen Von Ruden. Man, he made some noise a few years ago in their playoff game up at Piers. So they've got some guys who know how to play the game. You know, Ethan Martin came in last year, did a really good job. Ty Westrom, he didn't start last year, but he came in for relief sometimes and played and really, really well. So I'm excited to see some of these guys come out here, these new faces, and how they'll do here this afternoon. But again, it's not that. Again, it's been a bad start. It's just been, can they close out a game? Can they overcome that hump? Because sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes you get behind, you come back, you get the lead back, and then you win. Sometimes that's all it takes for a team to get over a hump like this, and then you all of a sudden start to see the wins just piling up. So I think that's what's going to happen for Hinckley-Finlayson. Once they figure out the way to finish games and to win those close ones, we're going to start to see the wins pile up, because it doesn't get easier. They face Mora up in Pine City. That'll be a great game. And then they get ESCO in a tournament up here on May 2nd. So next Friday, they'll host ESCO, North Branch, and St. Anthony Village in a tournament up here next Friday, and I believe it will stretch into Saturday as well. So that's going to be cool for them to be able to host those teams. You got teams from all different classes and teams from all around the state, and that is going to be a really, really good one for Hinckley to be able to host and to be able to see those different talents as we get going. First pitch is coming up here as we look at the starting lineup for the Tigers. Leading off for them here today is going to be Logan Kirby, wearing number 5. And on the mound for the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars will be Ethan Martin. Behind the plate and catching for him is Kellen Von Ruden, wearing number 2. First pitch is in there from Martin for strike number 1. So good way to start off the game if you're Ethan Martin and the Jags. He'll line up and wind up. Here's the pitch. That one's going to stay high for ball 1. Tried to get that breaking pitch, but that one kind of stayed up above the zone. Did get the break he wanted on it, so to even up the count at 1-1. Martin, this one is swung on, and a chopper down towards third base. Westrom struggled to get it out of his glove a little bit, but manages to do it and get it thrown to first just in time for out number 1. Sometimes that ball can get stuck in the web of the glove there. Not that so much that it sticks, just that your hand can't quite grip it the right way. But he manages to do a really good job to get it out in time. Now up to the plate for the Tigers is number 9, Jackson Smith. First one is going to be low and maybe just off the plate for ball 1. For sure low. Martin readies. Here's the pitch. That one is chopped foul off the third base line, and the third base coach for the Tigers, he grabs it barehanded. Nice job. Nice grab over there. Didn't even need a glove. So 1-1 the count now for Jackson Smith of Rush City. And Martin with the pitch. This one stays on the inner part of the plate. It is just going to get by Westrom, and that will stay fair. Man, that is tiptoeing the third base line. Oh, and the left fielder, he can't grab it. Struggles to pick it up. 2 grabs, and he couldn't quite reach it. So Smith, with the awareness to not only take first, but then to use those wheels, turn that corner at first, and go for second. That's unfortunate there for the left fielder. That is Carson Hopkins. That's one of those where, he's trying to get the ball and throw it in quickly so as not to allow that to happen. But then the ball, it might have been a little bit slick. He might have taken his ball off, or his eye off it for just that split second enough to where his fingers couldn't reel it into his hand. Now up to the plate is number 18, Nathan Pace, him and his brother. Really good start to last year. They're hoping that is the same this year, but The first pitch to him is strike one from Ethan Martin. One down, runner at second, 0-1 count for Nathan Pace. Here's the pitch from Martin. That is swung on and hit just over the second baseman's head. That'll be enough to send the runner home from second, and it will be an RBI single. Again, struggling to pick up the ball as it rolls out to center field, but they do manage to get it in time so as Nathan Pace can't grab another base. But either way, it is going to be an RBI single for Nathan Pace, and the Tigers are on the board early. Now, we've seen this last year a bunch with Rush City. They were able to get on the board early and often. And it looks like we're going to get a pinch runner here for Nathan Pace. The pinch runner going to be number 1. That's going to be Landon Parkin. So Landon Parkin will take over at first for Nathan Pace, at least running anyways. Now at the plate is number 21, Noah Pace. So one down, one run has crossed, one out, and runner at first. Martin with the first pitch here to Noah Pace. That one is swung on and hit right past the shortstop. Nice pickup out there and left. And this time, it's only going to be a single, but back-to-back hits for the Tigers now, and they're feeling it. Runners at first and second, one down, and now to the plate is Sam Dick. This very much a similar lineup to last year. Only a few guys have graduated, but they're hoping they can not only continue the success they had, but build on it. This one is just above the letters for ball one from Ethan Martin. So 1-0 now to Samuel Dick. The 1-0 from Martin on the way. Swung on, and that one's popped out towards right center. That's going to get in the gap and fall. That's going to be a base hit, and that is going to score the run from second. And it looks like Dick is going to take second as well. So a RBI double for Samuel Dick. So now 4 hits in a row and 2 RBIs have led to a 2-0 lead for the Tigers, and now coming to the plate, Kyle Hogrud. Still only one down, runners in scoring position. Martin readies, and here's the pitch. That one just high again. That pitch, if he can get that one to drop at the right moment, that is going to be a strikeout pitch. He's just got to figure out that break on it. Otherwise, man, that's a dangerous pitch. For him, not for the batters. That is going to be one that he is going to use a lot. This one, however, is swung on right to the shortstop. Nice grab, throwing to first. Is in time, but it is going to score a run. So the run from third will score. The runner from second will advance. It is going to be an RBI groundout. That'll make it 2 outs now, but the lead has grown to 3-0. 2 down, runner at third. And now to the plate, Matthew Kempf. You know, he's in the bottom part of the order, but don't let that fool you on his ability to swing the bat. That one's going to get just inside, and it's going to grab a part of the plate for strike one. That's a good-looking pitch there from Ethan Martin. A 1 on the way. Kempf will swing. This one's going to be shorter down to the second baseman. The throw on to first is not in time. Matthew Kempf legs it out. That one slower rolling on the grass. Could that moisture from this morning have slowed it down? I don't know. It looks decently dry, but maybe just enough. Maybe that moisture slowed it down just a little bit from this morning because that ball was a slow roller. So it is going to score a run as well on the infield single. And now to plate Tyler Munson. Oh, reaching at one well outside, but fouling it off for strike one. For Ethan Martin, you know if you get him 0-2, you can go back to that pitch because he was reached on the first time. Might even be able to go upstairs with it like he has with that pitch that he hasn't quite been able to get the break on and get him to swing and miss. Here's the 0-1 from Martin. Nope, he's going to step off instead so as to keep Kempf at first. Kempf is a danger to steal. Do have to keep an eye on him over there at first. 2 down, runner at first. 4 runs of cross for the Tigers. This one just low, but the throw to first not going to be in time. I shouldn't even say that. It was close to in time, but it was just short. That's a really good throwdown by Kellen Von Ruden. Just a little bit short on it, but now you've got Matthew Kemp. You might be in his head a little bit, and he might have to be a little bit more careful. So 1-1 now. That one's on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. That's another good-looking pitch. That's the one similar to Munson when he reached on the first one and barely tipped it foul. If I'm Martin here, I might go back to that one or again try and get him to swing at something upstairs. Keep it out of the zone, though. Martin with the 1-2. That one is swung on, popped out towards right. That's dangerous. If that gets down, it's going to bounce off the fence out there in right, and it is going to score 1. And Munson going for 3. The throw to third is not going to be in time, and it is an RBI triple for Tyler Munson. That one, I'm not going to lie, folks, that did not look like it was going to carry enough to go that deep. That was not hit that strongly, but it was guided enough. I mean, initially, that one looked like it was going to hug the line on right and maybe just come down in front of him. Instead, it carries out to right field, hits off the fence, and winds up being an RBI triple. Wow. Well, it's an RBI triple. The Tigers will take it. And the first pitch to Timmy Morris is low for ball 1. And that one had some carry. It did not look like it was hit that hard, but it just kept on carrying. So a 5-0 lead, 2 down, runner at third, 1-0 count for Morris, and what a grab there by Kellen Von Ruden. That one was in the dirt, but what a grab to keep that one in front of him. 2-0 now the count for Timmy Morris. Just outside again for ball 3. He can go back to that pitch again because he's got the right location on it. If he just needs to get it just a little bit more over the plate, and that again will be a dangerous pitch that he can use. This one is going to be foul tipped. So 3-1 now for Timmy Morris. 3-0, you usually see them get the red light, but with 5 runs already crossing, trying to give him the green light, trying to allow him to swing to get on base. That one is going to be low, though, for ball 4, and that will be a walk. So that will bring us back to the top of the order here for the Tigers, and it's Logan Kirby. He grounded out as the leadoff batter. And now if you're the Jags, looking to ground him out once again. Runners at the corners, 2 down. 5 runs have crossed here for the Tigers in the top of the first. Ethan Martin on the mound. He'll check the runner at first. Ooh, that was a lot closer than Morris would have liked it to have been. Good move there by Martin. Trying to pick him off at first. That's a lot closer than I think Morris thought it would have been. That's a good throw by Martin. Swing and a miss here by Logan Kirby on this one. And the throw down the third, not going to be in time. As, Tyler Munson will slide back underneath it. But Morris will advance down to second. Now, Von Ruden did a really good job of kind of faking that he was going to throw down to first to get Morris and then throwing over to third to try and get Munson. But just not in time. This one is in there. There you go. He got the break that time that he wanted, and that's the pitch he's been trying to reel in. Can he do that more and more this season? That's going to be a dangerous pitch. 0-2 now for Kirby, and this is going to be a base hit down the third base line. They're going to get 1. They're going to get 2, the runner from second, and Kirby's going to stop at first. So it'll be a 2-run single for Kirby. Two-run single for Kirby, and that'll make it 7-0 here for the Tigers. And we're going to get a mound visit here for Ethan Martin, just to kind of calm him down, get him to relax, and say, hey, let's get our head back into it and realize it's only the first inning. But it's tough for a young pitcher because you're looking at it. You've given up 7 runs, so it's tough. And as a coach, you try to remind him, hey, we've still got this many innings to go. But it's hard for in the moment because you're sitting there as a young guy thinking, man, I got to get out of here. And you don't want to force anything. You just got to relax and understand you only need 1 out. Only need the 1. So if he can understand that and just relax and get out of here, then he's just got to rely on his team and their offense to get their bats going, and that's where the trust comes in. But here's Martin with the pitch. It is swung on and missed by Jackson Smith, and big hack there. Logan Kirby again over at first. This is Smith's second plate appearance. Smith reached on a double in his first at-bat and wound up scoring the first run for Rush City. But he has an 0-1 now, and here's Martin with the pitch. This one stayed high in the zone, and Von Ruden again trying to throw down to first, but the runner is back in time. But with Von Ruden, we've seen him multiple times throughout the last couple seasons be able to pick off some runners who are leaning just a little too far. He's got an arm. He's got the talent to do so, and he's so quick up out of his stance. It's really impressive to watch. 1-1 on the way. The runner will go from second, and the announcer's jinx there. Well, y'all can blame me for that one because as soon as I did it, it was the announcer's jinx in full effect as he went to go throw down to second and potentially get the pickoff throw. Unfortunately, it pops out of his hand on the transfer. So 1-2 count now for Jackson Smith. Runner at second, 2 down. Here's the pitch from Martin. Just low. That's a good strikeout pitch because that's going to more than likely get a batter looking, but just a little bit low on that one. And it's going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second for the Tigers, who have had 7 runs cross here in the top of the first. Martin with the pitch. Now, he jammed him on that one, but it's a slow roller to short. Throw on to first is going to have to be quicker, and it is. Nice job there by the shortstop, Jackson Tom, for getting that one over in time. That, again, it hit the grass. It slowed it down, but he did a good job being aggressive, getting that one, and making the throw to first in time for the out. Nice job there by him to get that out and help his team out of this inning. So, it's a big inning for the Tigers, but it's only the top of the first. Now we head to the bottom of the first, and the Jaguars will have their chance to try and get things going with the bats, and we'll see if they can't do that here. Can they get 7? It's possible, but if you're a coach, you're obviously not telling your team, hey, let's go out and get 7. No, you're telling them, hey, 1 at a time. That's all we got to worry about. Just worry about getting on base, swinging at good pitches. The rest will come. You can't get 7 runs back in 1 hit, unfortunately. The most you can get is 4. That's a grand slam. So, as I think that's what the message is now for the Jags is just we're not going to get all 7 back at once. We're not going to do anything crazy. Just 1 at a time. Swing at good pitches, get yourself on base, and the rest will follow. On the mound today for the Rush City Tigers is going to be Logan Kirby, and behind the plate catching for him is Nathan Pace. Rest of the infield for them looks like this. Kyle Haugrud over at first. At third is Noah Pace, and then at short is Jackson Smith. Out in the outfield, in left, it's Tyler Munson. In center, it will be Matthew Kempf, and out in right, it's going to be Samuel Dick. So that is the defense for the Tigers. Leading off for the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars will be number 8, Carson Hopkins, who plays out in left today. Again, a little bit more inexperience on the Jaguar side, but that should not deter teams from overlooking them because, again, they still got a lot of talent on this squad. And now it's their turn to try and get the bats going. So Kirby getting his final few warm-up throws in here. Don't forget, over on 100.9 FM, we'll have the Minnesota Twins and their game starting up at 6:40. I believe we do pregame about an hour early, so 6, I think it would be, or 5:30. So stay tuned to 100.9 FM. We'll have the Twins game over there as they host the LA Angels tonight. Of course, their game yesterday got cut short due to the rain, but tonight should be a beautiful night for baseball down there in the Twin Cities. Twins didn't start the greatest. I still don't think they'll have a winning season, but it's better than what it could be right now. Final warm-up throw is in. Throw down to second is there, and we will have the Jaguars' turn at the plate. Again, Logan Kirby will be the starting pitcher on the mound today for the Rush City Tigers. And leading it off for the Jaguars will be Carson Hopkins stepping into that left-handed batter's box. Kirby with the windup and the pitch. Swung on, and this one is popped up. Out just off the infield dirt and just onto that outfield grass goes the shortstop, Jackson Smith, and he grabs it for out number 1. Well, 1 pitch, 1 out, not ideal if you're Hinckley-Finlayson. Want to force Kirby to throw a lot more pitches here in this first, especially since your defense was out there for a while. So now to the plate, number 1, Colton Furling. First pitch is going to be well high and just off the top of the glove of pace for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 from Logan Kirby. Inside, jammed him up, and that's going to be popped up right to Kirby for out number 2. So 3 pitches, and we have 2 outs for Hinckley-Finlayson in the bottom of the first. Now stepping up to the plate will be the pitcher, Ethan Martin. Over into the right-handed batter's box. Here's the windup and the pitch from Kirby. That one is swung on and hit by Martin. Beautiful hit there by Martin. He's got some wheels. He's going to turn the corner and go for 2 as the left fielder had that one go underneath his glove. And Martin is in with a 2-out double. So the left fielder took his eyes off that ball too quickly, and Martin takes advantage and is now in with a 2-out double. Again, the Jags get a little bit of a 2-out rally going here. Get some points on the board and cut into this Tigers lead. A good start for Ethan Martin. Trying to erase the first inning start for him, and a good hit. Sometimes that can really help the confidence for a player. And now to the plate, Kellen Von Ruden. Another very good batter and very smart at the plate as well. And Logan Kirby with the first pitch to him. Ooh, in there on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. That just got enough of the plate for strike 1. And a lot of times you get one out there, you can force a batter to swing at something. Oh, and he got him right in the back. The next pitch to Von Ruden, going to get him in the back. You know, unfortunately, that's not the first time Von Ruden's been hit by a pitch either. So he is unfortunately not a stranger to being hit by a pitch. He takes it like a champ. And now that'll bring to the plate the third baseman, Ty Westrom. Westrom into the right-handed batter's box. And runners at first and second, 2 down. So it stays high for ball 1. So after a quick 2 outs, 3 pitches saw 2 outs, all of a sudden the Jaguars have got 2 men on. A chance here to try and at least get one of those runs back. This one is swung on and fouled back by Westrom. That will even up the count 1-1. Runners at first and second, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Logan Kirby with the pitch. Westrom hits this one, but pops it up. That's going to stay on the infield dirt, and it is grabbed for out number 3 by Jackson Smith. So what was looking like it could have been a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Jags, they do get a hit and a hit by pitch to get 2 runners on, but unfortunately they will leave them stranded. And we will head down to the top of the second inning. A 7-0 lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard for the Rush City Tigers in this one. And we'll return after a word from our fine sponsors here on WCMP.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique, specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Back here on Anthem Country, WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350. Game Day Gilman on the call for this Great River Conference matchup out here at beautiful Brennan Field in Hinckley, Minnesota, the home of the Jaguars and the Hinckley Knights. We'll talk about them here in just a little bit. They've got their first game of the season coming up here not too long from now, but we'll go more into that here a little bit later in the broadcast. But now we're to the top of the second inning and a 7-run first inning for the Tigers, who saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits for those 7 runs and no errors. 1 hit for the Jaguars in that last inning, no runs and no errors in that first inning. So, again, early on here, the Jags, a couple mistakes in the field, but other than that, they did close it out after giving up those 7 runs. And again, Ethan Martin, you feel like he maybe got some confidence back after that beautiful hit that he got when he was up to bat here in the first. So now it'll be Nathan Pace to lead off, the top of the second for the Tigers. That one's inside for ball 1. He had an RBI single back in the first and eventually came around to score. The 1-0 to him is going to be low for ball 2. 2-0 count now for Nathan Pace. Ethan Martin with the pitch. Ooh, inside, and Pace out of the way, and it'll be 3-0 now for Pace. And again, 3-0, first batter of the inning, probably getting a red light here, but we'll see. See if they let him swing. Again, if the pitch is good enough. It will stay high, and will be ball 4. So he will take the jog down to first. The leadoff man is on. Going to get that courtesy runner again at first. Again, it will be number 1, Landon Parkin. He's got some speed, but one of the things he has to be careful of, he needs to be a little bit more aware of the play and where the ball is at, because he almost got thrown out last time by Kellen Von Ruden. Martin will take one extra glance at him, but then the throw to Noah Pace, and again, Von Ruden up quickly. He knows he's got that in the back of his mind, kind of like a quarterback saying, all right, last time I almost caught you leaning. This time I'm going to get up quick and try and get you again. This time Parkin not getting as big of a lead out there. Martin with the 0-1 now to Pace. And this time Noah Pace watches it go by for ball 1. He also hit a single in the first inning and then came around to score. Martin again with that extra glance to first, and here's the 1-1. This one is inside. It is got a chance on that foul line, but it winds up drifting more foul. And I like the effort out there. I like the effort out there in right field by the young man, Colton. I mean, he almost got it, but the dive just came up short. And thankfully it did, because he was getting scarily close to the fence with a dive there, but luckily he did come up short of the fence. 1-2 now for Noah Pace. Here's the pitch from Martin. That one swung on and hit right at the shortstop. A bounce. Throw to second for one. To throw on to first, not going to be in time. So it's a fielder's choice on that one, as the runner is out at second. But Noah Pace will replace the runner at first. And now at the plate will be Samuel Dick. He had a RBI double last inning. But now one down, and we're at first again. Pitch is inside, or outside rather, for ball one to Samuel Dick, or number 16. Martin will look at first, and here's the 1-0. That's in there for strike one. Nice job. Again, he's getting that pitch more and more honed in as the game goes along. In the first inning, he struggled, early in the first inning, I should say, he struggled with it to get it down in the zone, to get it to break right at the right moment, to hit at the top of the zone for a strike, and now he has finally reeled it in. It looks like he's got it going the way he wants. This one will stay low for ball two, but Von Ruden again quickly up, trying to keep Pace at bay there at first. Noah Pace does not have the speed some of the others does, but he is very smart in his base running. And a fake throw over to first, and he's quickly back into his stretch, and Noah Pace quickly gets up as well. So everybody's up and ready. Martin with the 2-1 to Dick. That stays low for ball three. Again, just trying to find the zone with that pitch. When he does, it's gonna be a dangerous pitch. But again, still honing it in as the game goes along. He will again check at first. Not in time, as Noah Pace is back, but Martin keeping a close eye over there at Noah Pace. This one is swung on and hit out towards center. That's going to go deep. It is deep, but the center fielder just goes over his head. He knocks it down, though, so that must have hit his glove. I don't know if it hit his glove or his hand, but he did a good job just to knock it down and keep it from rolling. That's going to go down as a double for Samuel Dick, but what won't go in the stat sheet is the fact that, you know, the center fielder out there, who is Arrington, that's not going to go down in the stat book as anything for him. But, man, did he do a good job to knock that down and keep that from rolling? Because if that does, that's at least one run scoring, and it's got a chance to send Samuel Dick to third. So give credit there to the center fielder, Arrington. That is, even though he didn't make the catch, and Coach will definitely want him to take maybe a better look at the ball next time and have a better angle on it. He did a good job to knock it down, keep it in front, and to hold these runners at second and third, because that easily could have gotten down and rolled for probably a triple, if not maybe an inside the Parker. I don't know, it would have been close. It would have sure been a triple and an RBI at that. So instead, it's only a double. Martin, this one is swung on, and this one is going to go foul towards that party deck over there for the Knights. Again, a beautiful historic park here in Hinckley at Brendan Field. Just a great place to come watch some baseball, whether it's high school, town ball, it doesn't matter. It's just a great place to come watch baseball. Meanwhile, the 1-1 delivered from Martin is going to be in the dirt for ball two to Kyle Haugrud. So he'll deal with a 2-1 count. One out for the Tigers here. Top of the second, they lead 7-0. Martin trying to work out of this jam. 2-1 on the way. Inside, but gets a piece of the plate for strike 2. That is a really, really good pitch there from Martin. Holds Kyle Hallgrud up, keeps that bat on his shoulder, and doesn't get it around. He would have jammed him anyways. But here's the 2-2. That one's going to be swung on and hit. It is going to score a run, but the runner at first will be out for out number 2. So it does unfortunately score the run, and the runner from second moves to third, but it does get another out. So 2 down, but a runner does score. It will count as an RBI for Hallgrud. So it'll be 8-0 now, but again, you limit them to just 1 here, possibly. It's 2 down, runner at third, and Matthew Kempf to the plate. It was an RBI single for him last time. Low for ball 1 to Kempf. Much better inning. Yes, there has been a run that has scored, but a much better inning here for Ethan Martin and the defense. This one swung on. Ooh, that has a chance. Kempf is going to beat it out. Another infield single RBI for Matthew Kempf. Not quite the same as the last time, but similar. The last time it was towards the second baseman, but it rolled on the grass, and that grass slowed it way down. This time, a little bit of a harder hit. Again, great job by the shortstop to go and be aggressive and get that one, Jackson Tom. But, oh, no. Oh, no, Ethan Martin, he short-armed that one, and because of that, Kempf is going to have an easy bag at 2. He's going to threaten for 3, but he's going to stay at 2. That's an unfortunate one there. Wild throw is going to allow Kempf to take second. That's unfortunate. I know what Ethan Martin was thinking. He's trying to get the quick throw over to get Kempf, and he knows he's got to be quick with Kempf because Kempf, he's got some length. He's got those long arms, so he can reach, but Martin got to do a better job of not short-arming it there like he did that time, unfortunately. So at the plate now is Tyler Munson. First pitch to him is ball 1, and here's the 1-0. Jammed him up a little bit, got him to swing, and that's going to go foul. It will not reach the parking lot, but it does go over the bleachers over there behind the dugout of the Jags. So it'll even up the count, 1-1. 2 down still for the Tigers, runner at second. Again, it's Tyler Munson. He, again, RBI triple in his last at-bat. Ooh, just gonna miss the zone with that one for ball 2 from Ethan Martin. One that looked good. It's a good pitch nonetheless. He'll have to go back to it, but that one will just be out of the zone. 2-1 now. That one swung on and lifted foul once again over the Jags dugout. But that will even up the count now, 2-2, and Ethan Martin has a chance to get out of this inning. Now again, they get out of this inning allowing 2 runs. Even if it's the 2 runs, it's still a much better inning than what the first was, and you got to take that as confidence. That one's not going to get Munson. It's going to go inside, and actually it's going to wind up bouncing off, I think, the mask or the plate of Von Runden, and then wind up going out of play. Oh, weird. Well, that does allow, with the ball getting by, it is going to allow Kempf to reach third. And it's going to be a full count for Tyler Munson. Martin trying to use the payoff pitch, but it is swung on and hit right back up the middle. It's an RBI single for Tyler Munson. RBI single for Tyler Munson is going to make it a 10-0 lead here for the Tigers. And Martin going to get another mound visit, and we'll see what comes out of this one. Did appear as if they were warming another pitcher up, so we'll see if this, unfortunately, would be the end for Ethan Martin, or if they're going to let him finish off the inning. We'll have to wait and see. But with They have a young man jogging out from that bullpen spot over there in right field. Looks like it could be a chance for a new pitcher. We'll wait and see. Looks like we will get a switch out in right field anyways, and out in right now is going to be number 5, Landon Kirschmeyer. So out in that right field spot now is going to be Kirschmeyer. Get that written down. So Kirschmeyer out in right. And the new pitcher, I think that's 6 maybe? Can't quite see the number, but could be Carson Hopkins, I think. So we'll get that switch here, and fortunately for Ethan Martin, just a tough first inning. Again, the Tigers do a really good job of scoring early in games, and that's what it led to. So Carson Hopkins will move to the pitcher spot here after Ethan Martin goes 1 2/3 innings, allowing 10 runs. Was not able to quite grab a strikeout. He did get close. Hits, 10 runs for the Tigers. And Carson Hopkins will be the new pitcher. He'll come in for Ethan Martin. Did he a change out in both right and left field? Didn't see the left fielder. The new right fielder is Landon Kirschmeyer. Colton may have moved to left, so we'll see. But Hopkins, the new pitcher for the Jags, and up to the plate now. And it looks like we got a change here. Instead of Timmy Morris this time, it is going to be number 6, Carson Purdy. Purdy, spelt the same way as Brock Purdy, P-U-R-D-Y. Gets a soft hit. Oh, it's just going to get past Carson Hopkins, and they're not going to get the throw on to first. Oh, that's just a tough one all around. You can't really blame any of them out there for that one. That's a tough one. And it's going to wind up being an infield single for Carson Purdy. Meanwhile, the pitcher, Ethan Martin, moved to short. So now we're back to the top of the order with Logan Kirby. This first one to him is low for ball 1. He had 2 at-bats last inning, grounded out in the first, and then his second was an RBI single. So runners at first and second, still 2 down for the Tigers. This one, Von Ruden still can't find it. That one got away from Von Ruden again, and it kind of just disappeared. It completely went out of sight. Was able to find it. But the runners do advance to second and third. Still 2 down, Logan Kirby at the plate with a 2-0 count. Hopkins, this one is in there for strike 1. This one is foul tipped into the glove for strike two, which evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners at second and third in scoring position. Can the Jags get out of this inning? 2-2 is foul tipped back just underneath the glove of Von Ruden. So Kirby keeps himself alive for at least one more attempt. Hopkins readies. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung and fired down that third base line, but foul. He got all of it and more on that one, but a little bit early on it, and it goes foul. He straightens that one out, waits back on it a little bit. That one's going to the outfield, and he's going to have an extra base. 2-2 pitch again. Tries to go on the outside part of the plate this time. Kirby does not bite, and it will now go full. Full count here for Logan Kirby with runners at second and third, 2 down. Carson Hopkins, the new pitcher for Hinckley-Finlayson. This one is low for ball 4. So it loads the bases for the Tigers. And Jackson Smith up to the plate. He too saw 2 at-bats last inning. Grounded out in his second, but he did get a double his first time around. Hopkins gets this one to the plate, but Jackson gets a hold of that one. Here comes 1, here comes 2, and it's a 2-run single for Jackson Smith. Two-run single, and Kirby moves to third. That'll make it 12-0 here for the Tigers. Again, runners at the corners, still 2 down. And it's going to be Nathan Pace at the plate. He'll wait to step into the batter's box to get the signal from the head coach on what he wants him to do at the plate. Here's the pitch from Hopkins. That ball gets away, but Von Ruden keeps it at least close to where third base can't move, but Jackson Smith does take advantage of that ball and moves to second. So now runners in scoring position, 2 down for Nathan Pace. That bounces to Von Ruden, who keeps it in front of him once again for ball 2. (2-0) for Nathan Pace. This one, they're going to say foul. Going to say it hit Pace on its way out. And I think for Carson Hopkins, he was wishing that one was not called foul because he had an easy play on it and a pretty standard throw to first for what could have been out 3. Instead, it's going to be a 2-1 count now for Nathan Pace. Pitch is swung on and hit out towards straightaway center. Oh, and the center fielder, good run to it, but he might have overrun it just a tad. And now the ball gets away from the infield. They'll throw it on to second. Not going to be in time. Oh, man. All sorts of unfortunate happenings there for the Jags. I mean, 2 runs, 2 more will cross. Make it 14-0, but man, the center fielder, he did a good job, got a good read on it, got a great jump on it, but he overran it by maybe just a step or 2, and so he had to stop kind of and reach that glove out, and unfortunately it bounced out, fell, and he threw it into the infield. The infield couldn't corral it, so so Pace winds up just going to second because of the fumbling of the ball. It'll wind up being a single, and yet he turns into an extra bag because of what would wind up being an infield fumbling of the ball. So 2 runs score. And a 1-1 count now for Noah Pace. Who just got that by ball. That ball by, there we go. Switch those two around. Swing and a miss, so now 1-2 count for Noah Pace, and can Hopkins finish off the inning? That bounces to Von Ruden, and courtesy runner at second will stay at second. I do believe it is Landon Parkin again out there for Nathan Pace. Hopkins readying with the 2-2 delivery. It's outside, stays outside. It gets out of Von Ruden's glove. And Von Ruden chases after it, but the courtesy runner for Pace moves from second to third. And these first two innings have not been the Jaguars' innings so far. Sometimes you just got to get those bad innings out of the way before you really start to get things going. This one swung on and popped out towards left. That one grabbed by the left fielder for out number 3. Well, the Tigers do a lot of damage, getting 7 more runs to cross. And counting up the hits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 more hits allow 7 runs there. And a little bit of an infield error by the Jags. So we'll move now to the bottom of the second inning. The Tigers with a large lead now, 14-0 after 2. But again, still the message. Whether you score a ton here in the next couple innings, you score none, you score 1, doesn't matter. The message is definitely still swing at good pitches, get on base, and go from there. With a deficit like this, it's easy for a team to get down on themselves, to think they're out of it, to start to lose their fundamentals, especially at the plate because you're just trying to swing to get on. But I think this is where a tough team will show you that, hey, we're not out of it. We've still got to play. Whether you win, lose, draw, you still got to play. They still got to have those fundamentals and just swing at good pitches here if you're Hinckley-Finlayson. Now coming to the plate will be number 6, Grady Osmus. Kirby still on the mound. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swung on and hit towards the shortstop. Good grab. Throw on to first is in time for out number 1. Similar start to that first inning. 1 pitch, 1 out. Aiden Arrington now into the plate. Or Arrington, excuse me. Aiden Arrington to the plate. 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss for Arrington on that one. Just a tad behind. Kirby readies with the 0-1. Swung on and missed again. And that'll move count 0-2. The DH Ethan Perotti warming up there on deck. 0-2 pitch from Kirby. That stays outside. And count now 1-2 for Aiden Arrington. Kirby with the 1-2. And Arrington got a piece of it, but it will go foul. Foul keeps the count 1-2. Kirby with the windup and the pitch. Another foul tip there by Arrington and keeping himself alive there at the plate with 1 down. Kirby with the 1-2. This one is inside and over the head of Arrington, and he does duck out of the way. That will even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is a nice at-bat, though, for the Jags because you're making Kirby throw more pitches in any at-bat that he has here this afternoon. So this is a plus at-bat for Arrington because, again, you're making him throw more than he has at all in any one at-bat. Here's the 3-2, and it's low for ball 4. Arrington battling there at the plate, forces Kirby to throw a few more, and winds up getting ball 4. So the Jags get a base runner, and now to the plate the DH, Ethan Perotti. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. So all of a sudden you get him to throw a few more pitches, and now he has since not been able to as consistently find the strike zone. So it's 1-0 on that one. This one he's out in front of for strike 1. Here's the pitch. It's going to be low for ball 2. Kirby takes a couple glances over at first. Here's the 2-1 pitch. This one is swung on and popped up. This is on the infield grass. The third baseman. Oh, he can't grab it. Oh, and the runner at first. Not real sure what was going on. That's a tough one for the runner because that's one where you're fully expecting the third baseman to catch it, but then the mistake in dropping it, and you're kind of in no man's land. So Ethan Perotti will reach due to the drop ball. And now to the plate, Landon Kirschmeyer. This one's in there. Strike 1. Got a piece of that one, fouls it back. And it will be a 1-2 count now for Kirschmeyer. 2 down, runner at first. Kirby with the 1-2 delivery outside. That would even up the count at 2-2. And Perotti leaning a little bit far on that one, but he is back in time on the throw from Nathan Pace. Even 2-2 count, 2 down, runner at first for the Tigers, or excuse me, for the Jags. And Kirschmeyer trying to reach this one. A little bit late on that one. Manages to foul it off, so he'll have another chance at it. Two pitch again on the way. No. Nice job, Kirschmeyer, holding off on that one. Checks his swing, and that will run the count full. Full count pitch from Kirby is on the way. Inside, and Kirschmeyer fights that one off. So again, Kirschmeyer will ready up with a full count. And the pitch from Kirby. Outside, and it's ball 4. So another longer at bat, but again, for the Jags, you're okay with that because you're making Kirby throw more. So now 2 down, 2 on. To the plate, Carson Hopkins into that left-handed batter's box. First pitch to him. Low for ball 1. It's going to even get by Pace, and that will advance the runners to second and third. So runners in the scoring position for the Jags. Hopkins with a prime opportunity to get them on the board. This next one stays high, maybe outside a little bit for ball number 2. Here's the 2-0. Hopkins swings and misses on that one. Count goes to 2-1. Still 2 down. Runners in scoring position. This one is high for ball 3. Pace quickly up out of his stance, but will not throw it down to third. Just making the runner at third. Take another look. Here's a 3-1 from Kirby. And it's high for ball 4. This ball going to get away on the throw down to third. And then the left fielder can't grab it. And because of the wild throw, an error is going to lead to a run scoring on the walk. Hey, any way you can get them. So the third walk of the inning for the Jags leads to an error, which leads to a score. And then at the plate now, Colton Frayling. This is hit, and it will be caught just off the infield dirt for out number 3 by the shortstop. Well, some signs of life here for the Jaguars at the plate. As they will head back to the top of the next inning. They did get 1 run because of that error by Rush City. So the Jaguars do cross 1 run, and it will be a 14-1 score as we move forward to the top of the 3rd inning. We will get a word from our fine sponsors and return for the top of that 3rd inning here on WCMP.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
Back here on Anthem Country WCMP Game Day, Gilman out at Brennan Field in Hinckley, Minnesota for this Great River Conference matchup. The Tigers currently lead the Jags 14-1. Leading off, it will be Sam Dick in the top of the 3rd. Pitch by Hopkins is going to be high for ball 1. Dick so far 2 for 2, 2 doubles and an RBI on the day. Meanwhile, this next one is swung on and fouled back right up over us here in the press box. Count now 1-1. Hopkins wasting no time with this one. This one's going to be inside for ball 2. One almost got him, but he does manage to get out of the way. 2-1 now. Hopkins again, this one wasting no time. Got him to swing and miss on that one. Evens up the count, 2-2. Jags looking for their first strikeout of the afternoon here, and that would provide a lot of confidence for this team. Swing and a miss, and there you go. First strikeout of the afternoon for the Jags, and now I know you're trailing by 13, and a lot of people might think, well, this one's kind of over already. Well, whether they win, they come back and win it, whether they lose, doesn't matter. To be able to get a strikeout, that does wonders, not only for the pitcher, but for the defense and the team as a whole. And, ooh, just as I say that, this one winds up going well inside on Kyle Hogrud and hits him in the shoulder. And we know Hopkins really quick on his pitches, but that one I think maybe too quick. So that one winds up getting well inside. That will bring up Matthew Kempf, as Hogrud was 0 for 2, and Kempf is 2 for 2, 2 singles and 2 RBIs. Hopkins will throw over to first. He's got that over-the-top pitching style, and that throw to first nearly in time, but Hogrud just back. This one in the dirt. Von Ruden keeps it in front, and the runner will stay at first. 1-0 count for Matthew Kempf. One down, runner at first. Top of the third inning. Hopkins delivers this one inside. That's a good-looking pitch from Hopkins, but that one just winds up staying inside a little too far for ball 2. But I like that pitch, though. He might have to come back to that one. This one, going to get by Von Ruden, and an easy take at the next base for Hogrud. A 3-0 count for Kempf. We'll see if they give him the green light to swing if it's good enough. Again, usually you get a 3-0, it's no, don't swing, but with a game like this, you might just be, if it's good enough, telling him go ahead. But that one is going to stay high for ball 4. So 2 on, 1 down, and that brings up to the plate now Tyler Munson, who's also 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, but if you're Hinckley-Finlayson, if you induce a ground ball here, you've got a great chance at a double play because any bag is available to touch for an out. So this will bounce to Von Ruden. The runners will stay. So that will keep the open, or the third base open for a chance for that double play still. Hopkins readying. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Tyler Munson. Makes it a 1-1 count. This one going to be low for ball 2. Two-one now the count to Tyler Munson. That one's going to be in there for strike 2. Munson doesn't like the call, but that is a nice pitch. That just gets a piece of the zone, enough for a strike. 2-2 count. Can he get his second strikeout of the inning? Oh, and hacking at it is Munson. Throwing to first, not going to get there. Oh, it does. Oh, what a throw by Westrom. I thought it was behind, but great concentration by Ty Westrom to get him out. You got to give credit to the first baseman, too, because he scooped that out of the dirt. That's a great play by both of those guys to get the out. I thought that was not going to have a chance to get there, but it does, and a great throw by Westrom. Great scoop at first, too. So they don't get the double play, but they do get the out. And now Timmy Morris, Carson Purdy. No, it will be back to Timmy Morris. Purdy was up to bat last inning, but now it will be back to Timmy Morris. Morris walked back in the first. This one is hit. Oh, my goodness. It was hit right to the shortstop, and it somehow, I think, got underneath his glove. Oh, man. RBI single there for Morris. 2-run single, excuse me. Man, that is so unfortunate. Martin looked at his glove as if to say that had to have been a magic trick, right? That's so tough to see from up here, even what happened, because it looked like he was squared up on it pretty well. Maybe perhaps his glove wasn't low enough. He didn't have it in the dirt to get that one, or I don't know. Maybe it took a bounce. I'm not sure. That looked like a for sure out. Ooh, this one somehow is still low enough for ball two to Logan Kirby. Man, that would look good enough for a strike, but a 2-run single there for Timmy Morris makes it 16-1. Chopping at that one, but it will go foul for Logan Kirby. 2-1 now. Two down and a runner at first for the Tigers. 2-1 on the way. That one stays low as well for ball three. Hopkins with the 3-1. Oh, got him to swing at one inside for strike two, and the throw down to first. He's going to come up short, but now a full count for Logan Kirby. 1 for 2 today. Walked in his last at-bat. That one's in there, and he'll get him looking for strike three. Good looking comeback pitch there for Carson Hopkins to get out number 3. And although the Tigers do a little bit of damage on the one hit, they get 2 runs, but Jaguars don't allow anything more. Now again, you can say, well, it's already a 16-1 lead, it really doesn't matter. Well, it does, because going forward, you're still playing for the entire season. You've got an entire season in front of you. So, although it is 16-1, that is a good inning for the Jags, at least defensively. Although, again, Ethan Martin still scratched his head wondering how that one got underneath. So, will be the Jags turn at the plate. And, again, signs of life in that last inning where they saw 4 batters reach base. They even saw one get home for a run because of a throwing error down to third, trying to get the runner out on the pickoff attempt, but it was off the mark and wound up being an error for a score. So moving forward, as I mentioned before, talking about the Hinckley Knights, who also play here at beautiful Brennan Field. Their first game comes May 10th. That's a Saturday against the Anoka Bucks. In fact, their first 5 games of the season are at home. After the May 10th game against Anoka, they have May 16th and 17th at home against the Forest Lake Brewers and Centennial Cougars. Then they'll have the next Wednesday and Friday at home against the Coon Rapids Redbirds and the Andover Aces. So again, they're stacking the front part of their schedule to play some very good teams, some top-tier teams, and then they'll get into league play as well. Lumberjacks, Blue Devils after that. Look at the Lumberjacks on the road May 30th, and then May 31st, they're back at home against the Mora Blue Devils. Leading off the bottom of the third for the Jags. That one, in there on the outside part of the plate. But leading off is Ethan Martin. Just in there on the outside part of the plate. Martin had a double in his first at-bat back in the first. Using that speed to get that double. Meanwhile, this one stays upstairs for ball 1. 1-1 on the way. And Martin gets this one swung on and out to left center. And it is, no, it's not going to be caught out there in center. Martin, is he going to leg out a third? No. It will be another double for him, this time the leadoff version. So a leadoff double for Ethan Martin, and what a way to start an inning. Matthew Kempf out there in center. Good track on it, but just didn't get the jump on it he needed. So he was maybe a step behind it, reached that glove up, but did not get it. So Ethan Martin on with a leadoff double. And now it's Kellen Von Ruden showing bunt. This one is in the air. It's going to stay fair, and Von Ruden's going to reach. A bunt a dangerous bunt because it winds up being almost a pop-up. Winds up going down that third base line, and Kirby trying to get it. I don't think it had enough to roll foul. He had to go get it and was not there in time. So it's a bunt single for Von Ruden. And now you've got 2 runners on, nobody out for Ty Westrom. He hit a pretty good ball, but it stayed on the infield for a fly out. The first pitch to him is in there for strike 1. 0-1 pitch. Westrom, this one hit weakly to the third baseman. They thought about trying to get the runner out at second. Didn't have a chance, so they'll throw the runner out at first. So although Westrom is out at first, he does advance the runners. And there's only one down. So runners in scoring position, only one down here, and another great opportunity for the Jags to get even more points on the board. Here's Grady Osmus. First pitch to him. He was jammed a little bit, but still managed to fight that one off and still got a good hack on it. That one's going to go foul down the third base line. So an 0-1 now for Grady Osmus. Put another one like that on and keep it fair. That's going to be, extra bases, but this one's on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. It's a tough part to try and go and get after a pitch out there, but 0-2. Kirby with the windup and the pitch. Got a piece of that one, and he'll keep that runner. Well, somebody's going to be in a little bit of jam here. Oh, man. Well, just a little bit of confusion out there on the base paths as Martin was trying to get the pitcher to decide where to go with it. The runner from second went to third, so that left Ethan Martin in no man's land. Well, they managed, the Tigers do get out of it. That's just some unaware base running, unfortunately. Well, the Jags get 2 hits, but no runs. And an unfortunate happening on the base paths. Again, it was a hit right to the pitcher. Ethan Martin led off and tried to get the pitcher to throw it so as to get the runner at first safe, and then maybe he had a chance at home. But what wound up happening is while he did that, the runner from second came down to third and left Ethan Martin in no man's land. That's a tough one there for the Jags because that is essentially a double play and will end the inning. So what turned out to be a chance for the Jags quickly gets turned away, and we'll move to the top of the 4th inning. And I do believe we will see a new pitcher here for the Jags. We will. It will be number 7, Asher Clark. So Asher Clark will come in here in the 4th inning. Ethan Martin went 1 2/3. Carson Hopkins went 1 1/3. Gave up 5 runs. There was only 1 that was not earned. And he did get 2 strikeouts, though, which was pretty cool in that last inning. We'll look at how many hits were given up here. Let's see, 1. Well, 3 hits given up. So Asher Clark will be the new man on the mound for the Jags, and out to lead off for the Tigers in the top of the 4th is Jackson Smith. 16-1 is our score on that Brace Orthodontics scoreboard. This one bounces to the catcher, Kellen Von Ruden. Jaguars wearing that home black jersey with the Jaguars text across the chest, and the letters and numbers are red outlined in the white. And this is swung on and missed by Jackson Smith. Jaguars wearing the white pants, the cap with the black on the back, white front, the red brim, or bill, I should say. This one is in there for strike 2. Good looking pitch from Asher Clark, excuse me. He's looking for the payoff. This one's going to be in the dirt, though, so 2-2 now to Jackson Smith. Tigers, meanwhile, in their gray road unis, the pinstripe gray. So it's gray, pinstripe blue, the blue letters and numbers outlined in that yellow. That yellow really pops. That one's going to be low, and that will run the count full. They got the stripes on the end of the sleeves and the neck of the jersey, 2 yellow stripes, the middle blue. And then the blue hats with the yellow bill. Here's the 3-2 from Asher Clark. This one is swung on and hit towards the third baseman. It is going to get below the glove of Westrom. And we'll have a leadoff runner on again for the Tigers. So at the plate, again, Nathan Pace. This one's, he ducked back, but that pitch wound up coming back into the strike zone. And safe to say, Nathan Pace was confused. So strike 1. Oh, and well out in front of that one for strike 2. Asher Clark has got Nathan Pace on his heels. Here's the 0-2. And wastes one there, and unfortunately wasting one winds up costing a bag because that allows Smith to go down to second with the wild pitch. So it's going to be a 1-2 count now. And I know what, I know what he was trying to do there, Clark. I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to get him to look outside because the first 2 were inside, trying to get him to go outside and swing at something outside the zone. This one, meanwhile, inside again. Swings on it, but Ethan Martin on it. That short throw to first is in time for out number 1. Good play there by Ethan Martin at short. But it does advance the runner to third. So 1 down, runner at third now for the Tigers. And again, they're threatening to score. That brings to the plate Noah Pace. Up to that point, Nathan Pace was 2 for 2 on the day with 3 RBIs. But now his brother Noah Pace to the plate. Reshawn a fielder's choice. He's 1 for 3 today with a single back in the first. First pitch to him is ball 1. Asher Clark, not a bad outing so far. This one swung on, and it is going to go foul. Yeah, that's a... Whew. That's one where if, man, it goes over the bag in play, it's going to score a run, and Noah Pace might have an extra base. But luckily, it winds up going foul. So the Jags will have a chance to keep that runner at third and not allow a run to score. 1-1 count for Noah Pace. Here's the pitch from Clark. Asher Clark gets him to foul this one off, and that one might have left the ballpark. That might be out in the parking lot. I don't know if it had enough carry to get to a a car or not, but we have heard plenty of foul balls get out of here and hit a car or two. Ooh, on the outside part of the plate, he gets him looking. Nice job there by Asher Clark getting him looking. That is the third strikeout for the Tigers, the first for Asher Clark, or the Jags, rather. I mean, technically it is the third for the Tigers because that's their third time they've struck out, but it's the third strikeout for the Jags. The first for Asher Clark, and now Samuel Dick at the plate, and he was the first strikeout victim last inning, and he is now down 0-1. This one is going to bounce to the catcher for ball one. 1-1 count now for Samuel Dick. Again, 2 down, runner at third. This one swung on, chopped towards short. Ethan Martin, great grab. Is the throw going to be there in time? Yes! What a throw by Ethan Martin. That is just a great play over there at short. That is a lot of speed from Samuel Dick. He almost beat that one out, but what a throw from Ethan Martin once again. That has been the hot alley here this afternoon, and Ethan Martin, after going 1 2/3 innings, went to short, and man, he has made some really good stops over there, and that is another one. So for the first time here today, the Tigers do not score a run. They get 1 hit, no runs, and no errors. So 16-1 is our score, but again, the Tigers do not score a run there, and the Jags have got to be pleased with that. Again, there's been signs of life at the plate these last 2 innings for the Jags. They had 2 hits last inning, excuse me. 1 hit the inning before and 1 hit the prior inning into the first, but it has started to heat up for the Jags, and can they finally get an RBI here? Hit home a run. So their one and only run was due to a throwing error by Nathan Pace down to third, trying to get the runner leaning, but wound up well being off the mark, and the Jags again have a chance here. Aiden Arrington will lead off for the Jags. Again, he reached on a walk back in the second. Wound up being thrown out at second. Kirby with the first pitch to him outside for ball one. Kirby was into a little bit of a rhythm there the first inning and a half, if you will. But then the Jags started to make him throw a little bit more, and all of a sudden you started to see him, be less consistent and hitting the strike zone. Not that he still hasn't been hitting the strike zone, but it just hasn't been as consistent as it was to that first inning and a half. Meanwhile, this 2-0 pitch is swung on and hit by Arrington. This is going to be popped up and go back out of play up over the press box. So it'll be a 2-1 count. Here's the 2-1. That stays high for ball three. 3-1 count for the leadoff man, Aiden Arrington. Here's the 3-1. And it is just high for ball four. So once again, Arrington reaches on a walk, and the leadoff man for the second inning in a row has reached for the Jags. And now Ethan Perotti reached in his last at-bat, and again, wound up scoring on a throwing error. First pitch to him, though, is outside ball one. So like I said, signs of life here for the Jags. It was just a few too many mistakes in those first couple innings that led to this deficit. Meanwhile, Perotti gets a piece of this one. That is up and will go out of play. Right in between that party deck out there. So we'll even up the count 1-1. Kirby with the pitch. And Perotti got a piece of it. It'll be fouled just back. And it'll be a 1-2. So Kirby readies. And here's the pitch. Ooh, that's outside. Nice job by Nathan Pace to get that one, corral it, and then throw it down to first. But not in time. Arlington had a nice lead and was leaning a little bit, but got back in time. 2-2 count now for Perotti. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Perotti for out number 1. You know, that looked like a good one for him to hit, but Kirby just fired it by him. And now to the plate, Landon Kirschmeyer. First pitch to him, swung on and fouled out of play. Ooh. That one has a chance to reach the cars out there in the parking lot. Hopefully it got down before it hit any. So 1 down now for the Jags. Runner at first. 0-1 for Kirschmeyer. Kirby with the pitch. It stays high for ball 1. Pace up out of his stance quickly. Faked that. Gave a pump fake to the first, but holds on to it instead. 1-1 count. And the pitch to Kirschmeyer. That's in there for strike 2. 1-2 count now. Bottom of the 4th. Kirby with the pitch. Swing and a miss for Kirschmeyer. And another one that Kirby just gets by. And that will be his second straight strikeout. Only 2 on the day for him. And now, coming to the plate for Hopkins is going to be number 7, Asher Clark. Swing and a miss. One and one now for Asher Clark. Kirby readying. 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss by Clark. 2 down here for the Jags. Runner at first in the bottom of the 4th. Now again, they have to at least get 6 runs in order for this game to continue past the 5th inning. This one fouled off by Asher Clark. Nice job to keep himself alive with a 1-2. So again, there's a 10-run rule after 5 innings. If the score stays the way it is, this game would end after the 5th, but the Jags do have the last opportunity to bat. So they could, again, they need 6 runs for this to continue to all 7. That is outside for ball 2. 2-2 count now for Asher Clark. Kirby readying. And here's the delivery. Swing and a miss for Clark. And that is going to do it. So, a walk to begin the inning, but then 3 straight strikeouts for Kirby to end the inning. No hits, no runs for the Jags, and no errors for either side. And we're heading to what could be the 5th and final inning. 16-1 our score. And we'll take a commercial break, and when we return, we'll have that top of the 5th inning for you here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350. Anthem Country, WCMP.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
A new pitcher coming in here for the Jags is going to be Grady Osmus to possibly finish off the game. And a new batter in for Kyle Hogrud. It's going to be number 23, and he swings and fouls that one off on the first pitch. But 23, that is Max Peel. So Max Peel is in the game. And he swings and misses on that one from Osmus for strike 2. So an 0-2 start for Max Peel here in the top of the 5th. Payoff pitch. That one's hit off the plate. You heard the loud thunk. That was the plate that he hit that off of. But Osmus does a good job to grab it. Throw it on first for out number 1. So 1 down now, and to the plate is Matthew Kempf. Kempf on the day is 2 for 2 with a walk back in the 3rd. First pitch to him is strike 1. Kempf has kind of got that old school baseball build. When you look at him, the helmet's really tight on him, and the suit, the uniform fits him really nicely. He's got that taller frame on him. Meanwhile, he's down 0-2 now. That one's going to be ball 1 as that one bounces to the catcher, Von Ruden. One, 2 is the count. Here's the pitch from Osmus. It's going to be outside for ball 2. 2-2 count now for Matthew Kempf. Kempf, a 3-sport athlete, much like a lot of these guys are. This one's on the outside part of the plate. Got him looking. And that outside part of the plate has been open here last couple innings. And both teams have really, really done their work on that outside part of the plate for a few outs and strikeouts. So that's out number 2. 2 down, nobody on for the Tigers. And I did not catch the number of the young man at the plate now. Could be Tyler Munson, but could see a sub. It is Tyler Munson. So in his 4th at-bat, he is 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. This one, meanwhile, is in there for strike 1. So Grady Osmus looking to make quick work of this inning. This would be the first time in this game that the Tigers would go 1-2-3. In fact, this would be the first time that either side has gone 1-2-3 as Tyler Munson swings and misses on that one. A 1-2 count now for Tyler Munson, and Osmus trying to finish it off. Here's the 1-2. Well, not quite. This one's popped up towards the right, and it's caught. Oh, my goodness, it's not. It leaps out of his glove. So it's going to wind up being an error. It won't count as a hit, but it is going to allow Munson to reach. Oh, man. So an E9 is how we'll score it. Man, that's a case of where you just got to put that other hand in front of the glove there. Just a mistake there, and while unfortunate, it's a learning experience now, but that is, man, that's unfortunate. So it won't count as a hit, but again, an error. Meanwhile, the first pitch to Timmy Morris is ball 1. Timmy Morris is 1 for 1, walked in the first, then hit a 2-run single in the 3rd. Carson Purdy came in to hit for him in the 2nd. Well, again, it's Timmy Morris, number 13. Now a 2-0 count. Runner at second, 2 down. 2-0. Osmus got him to swing. Foul tips this one back. So now the count 2-1. Here's the pitch from Osmus. Swung on and hit towards the third baseman. Took a nasty bounce, but the throw is on time. Nice job. The throw from third is on time. So with the error, it won't matter as they will ground out the next man for the out. So no hits, no runs, and an error there by the Jags. Will bring us to the bottom of the fifth. The Jags need 6 runs for this game to continue into the next inning. So it looks like Logan Kirby will be out to try and finish this game off in the fifth here. Trying to go the shortened complete game, but complete game no less. Meanwhile, Grady Osmus, nice inning. No hits, no runs, and a strikeout. So with the change of the inning, I can remind you, you can catch all the Twins games on 100.9 FM. Plus, every Friday, we're giving away Saints tickets this year. Once again, we did it last year. We're going to do it again this year. So if you're looking to get some free Saints tickets, all you have to do is every Friday morning listen in to the morning shows on both KBK 95.5 with Rock and Robin Riley and 100.9 FM with Josh Ramirez. For the keyword to text in, they'll give you a keyword to text in during the morning show. You'll text that in and be entered for a chance to win. I believe it's a pair of tickets to the following the next week's home game for the St. Paul Saints. This Friday's were for May 8th Saints game. So again, tune in every Friday during the morning shows for your chance to win some Saints tickets. Here in the bottom of the fifth, Colton Rayling leading off for the Jags. Gets a piece of this one, but fouls it off the third base line. On 1 count. This one got a piece of it for another foul, and it's going to be 0-2 the count. Kirby with the 0-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. Ball 1. Here's the 1-2. Outside again, and this will even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 from Kirby. Swung on and hit. That's in a spot where it's going to get down. And a base hit. Colton. So a leadoff single will put a runner on. That is now the 3rd inning in a row. The Jags have had a leadoff runner reach. Second time due to a base hit. Excuse me, last inning was walk. My bad. Now stepping up to the plate, Ethan Martin. Martin 2 for 2 today, and 2 doubles. Double here would score a run. Ooh, this one inside. Oh, it did get him. He was pointing to his elbow, said, it nicked me. And the umpire does agree. So it's going to be a hit by pitch. That will bring him down to first. The runner will move to second. And now 2 on with nobody out, and Kellen Von Ruden to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today with a single back in the 3rd. Pitch from Kirby just outside, ball 1. So Kirby came out for this 5th trying to finish it off and Jaguars not making it so easy. Battling here. 1-0 on the way from Kirby. It's low for ball 2. So in the bottom of the 5th, the Jags need 6 runs to get this game to continue past this inning. Oh, Nathan Pace, the throw down, not in time. Again, just a little bit short. If the throw was a little bit longer, that would have had the first baseman more on the bag to get the tag, and then it probably would have been the first out. But because the throw was short, it allowed the first baseman to be off the bag. So a 4-pitch walk to Kellen Von Ruden. All of a sudden, you've got some pressure on the Tigers here with nobody out, bases loaded. Ty Westrom to the plate. And the Jags have a chance here to make some noise in the bottom of the 5th. A big swing and a miss there from Ty Westrom. He was going for broke on that one. Here's the 0-1 outside. 1-1. Kirby with the 1-1. This one swung on and popped up. That's going to stay. Nope, it will just leave the infield dirt and be caught on the grass in the outfield for out number 1. Fly out to the shortstop. Bases remain loaded for Grady Osmus. 1 down now, bases loaded. Again, any sort of base hit gets 1 run home, if not maybe 2. Because you got Ethan Martin out there at second, so very good chance a base hit scores 2. Grady Osmus watches that one go by outside for ball 1. Kirby trying to get out of a jam here to end the game, so only allowing 1. This one was fouled off himself. Grady it was, so this will be a 1-1 now. Kirby with the 1-1 pitch. That one swung on and lifted into foul territory. The first baseman not going to be able to get to it. It hits the top of the dugout for the Jags. And it will move it to a 1-2 count now for Grady Osmus. Again, bases are loaded with 1 down. You got Martin out there at second with a lot of speed, so a base hit scores 2. Here's the 1-2. Kirby trying to pay it off. This one swung on and hit out to right field. This is caught out there in right field, so it'll be a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Grady Osmus. But it is out number 2. So while, yes, it does score a run and advance 1 runner, or 2 technically, it is still now 2 down. 2 down, runners at the corners, and it's 16-2. That was not an easy catch out there in right field by any stretch of the imagination. That was he had to reach for that one. Did not get the good enough track on it, but this is a swing and a miss. It's not Aiden Arlington this time. No, it is number 27, Connor Olander. Swing and miss, and here's the 0-1. Swung on, no, it will be a ball. Throw down to second, not in time. And Von Ruden's in there with a steal. So now both runners in scoring position here for the Jags. 2 down. And Kirby with the 1-1 here to Olander. Swing and a miss for strike 2, and Jags are down to their final strike. Connor Olander at the plate, 1-2. Kirby, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. Well, the Jags gave it a fight there. They fought to the very end, but unfortunately they will wind up coming up short here in this one. The Tigers come out of this with the victory 16-2 over the Jags. And we're going to take a commercial break to hear word from our fine sponsors. We'll come back, we'll recap this game, and let you know what's coming up for us here next week possibly, as well as what we got going on in our stations as well. We're going to take a commercial break. Be back after word from our fine sponsors here on Anthem Country, WCMP.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Minnesota Twins baseball.
Twins 2, Blue Jays nothing, ninth inning. The 0-2 to Varsho. He struck him out! Twins win! Twins
Every
win!
hit, home run, or strikeout on the boat, on the lawnmower, or at work, all the action is right here.
This is Royce Lewis.
This is Ryan Jeffers. Hey, Twins fans, this is Rocco Baldelli. You can catch Twins baseball all season long right here.
The Twins!
On Cool Country 100.9 WCMP.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
You gotta stop somewhere, so make a stop into the Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, get Red Bull 8.4 ounces, 3 for $6.50. Pringles are 2 for $5 and save $2 on 7th Avenue Pizza when you buy 2. Plus, introducing Lucky Days, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mention to the cashier, it's your lucky day, and get free items and discounts on drinks and fuel. Whoa! Keep an eye on social media to learn more. Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Back here on WCMP Anthem Country, 106.5 FM AM 1350. The Tigers defeat the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars 16-2 here in this one. Taking a look at the stats here, Logan Kirby, he would wind up going all 5 innings. And looking at it, he gave up, let's see, there's 1 hit, 1 run. Giving up only the 2 runs there in this one. And he did manage to get 3-4 strikeouts in this one. And hit-wise, let's see, he gave up 1, 3, 4. So 4 hits on 2 runs. And again, 4 strikeouts for him as well. It just, sometimes it's one of those days for a team, and sometimes you just have to play through it, and I think that's kind of what the case was here today for the Jags. It just wasn't their day today, and got to fight through that. But I love the heart that they showed here, especially in this 5th inning. They had a lot of heart. They finished it off. You know, a lot of teams wind up, hanging their heads and not finishing a game, but Jaguars did just that. They finished it, and in the 5th inning, it looked, man, they had the bases loaded at one point, and it looked like, man, could they score those 6 runs to keep the game going? It looked like they had a chance to, but unfortunately, great defense by the Tigers today and some good pitching stopped that run for the Jags. But what a good outing here. Again, resilience, I think, is what we're going to talk about for the Jags. Is yes, it is a loss, and it was a tough day, but resilience to come out, to continue to play and battle through the adversity. And although it is a loss, man, they fought right to the very end. You got to give them credit for that. But that is going to do it here on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. The Tigers get the victory 16-2 over the Jags. So, a way you can stay tuned to find out what is coming up. Well, one way to stay tuned and to know what is happening is our morning shows. You can find out over on 95.5 FM with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30, or over on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45, or on both, because we're going to talk about local sports. We'll talk this game, all the other games from our local listening area, plus some regional and national sports as well. Another way to stay tuned is our websites at kbk.com and wcmpradio.com, where you can find where we'll be at that week is go to the sports tab, click on broadcast schedule. That will have all the links for the games that we'll be at that week. That is subject to change, but that will show you the games that we'll be at, and it will have the links for our YouTube and or audio only on there as well. All you got to do is click on it, and it will take you right to the live video. Also on our websites will be coaching interviews, players interviews, articles from games that we've been at. And another way to stay tuned is, of course, our social medias over on our Facebook pages for both stations, our Instagram for both stations, and our Twitter or X at WCMP Radio for all things local sports, breaking sports news, articles, stories, interviews, all that and much more on there. So be sure to go like, follow, and subscribe to all of that so you are up to date with everything as it happens. Also, if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way, anytime that we go live with a local sporting event, you will be notified. And all you have to do is click on that notification, and it will take you right to that live video. Once again, the final here in this one on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Tigers beat the Jags 16-2. I want to give a huge shout out to all of our fine sponsors who jumped on here for spring sports. They've been with us for fall, winter, and spring, so we want to give them a huge shout out, because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be able to be out here today. Also want to give a huge shout out to all of our loyal listeners out there. We appreciate you for tuning in and continuing to tune in to all the games that we cover. Appreciate you for continuing to listen in to our high school sports coverage. Again, remember, be kind to everyone. You never know what someone's going through. Your kindness can really make their day. It costs nothing to be kind. So again, the Tigers beat the Jags in this one 16-2. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And for Anthem Country, WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. And once again, have a great rest of your night.